It's a tool many producers want to use on their operation, artificial insemination. Timed AI may be a good solution for many cattlemen. We had a chance to speak with Dr. Dave Patterson from the University of Missouri, who works with a grant project to teach cattlemen about this AI protocol.
We're currently down in southwest Missouri, in the Mount Vernon, Missouri area, working with actually 7 herds this fall. And the herds are chosen on the basis first of interest. Our regional livestock specialists around the state identify prospective herds, and then what we do is we come in and visit with that group of producers. Essentially what we need is adequate working facilities, their willingness to support or participate on the basis of getting cattle sorted so we can identify cows as they come through the chute and who they're being inseminated to. They have to have a history of some reproductive performance in terms of past history relative to how the cows have performed. They have to have an established herd health program that more or less supports that reproductive history. We do not require that the herds have previous experience with artificial insemination, because the whole idea here is to help a wide range of producers based on their experience level, whether they've been doing it for years and have never used timed AI, or whether they're first-time users of AI in general. Administering the synchronization protocol leading up to breeding, the cattle have to be worked twice prior to the day of insemination. And so the schedule is fairly simple. It's more or less recipe or cookbook. In terms of this project, we actually are on the farm 3 different times. The first day, the cows are all brought in. At that time, we do get a record of the cows based on individual animal ID, but they're also condition scored as they go through the chute. But at that time, that's when the treatment begins. And so the seeders are inserted, and at the time seeders are inserted, the cows all receive an injection of GnRH. And GnRH is used at that time to more or less synchronize development of follicular waves. The second time through the chute, 1 week later, then the seeders are pulled on the cows, and the cows receive an injection of prostaglandin to regress the corpus luteum, and then that's when the timing becomes important. So 66 hours from the time the seeders are removed, and prostaglandin is administered, that's when insemination needs to be done. Many herds will begin the process on a Monday. Seeders would be inserted, and cows would receive their injections of GnRH at the time of seeder insertion. The seeders would then be removed at 2 o'clock on Monday, for instance. At that time, they do receive an injection of prostaglandin, so that would call for insemination beginning at 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday morning. And at insemination, then the cows do receive another injection of GnRH to induce ovulation. We have a number of small herds across the state that are using it. It works extremely well for producers that have off-farm jobs, simply due to the fact that they can schedule things and they can do a lot of the work on weekends. And so as a result of that, you know, it's not size dependent. It works for pretty much any size herd or operation, and that's what people do need to understand. The major AI companies in the United States all offer access to support staff that can help with the process. The one thing that is different with timed AI versus breeding cows off of heat is the fact that in this case you're breeding all the cows on a given day, and so you need to work with technicians that are skilled but also have experience with breeding large numbers of animals, or potentially large numbers of animals at a given time.
Timed AI is a tool that fits any size ranch and lets you take advantage of a larger genetic pool when choosing herd sires. Let's head back to Missouri, where we hear from cow-calf producers and their experiences working with the University of Missouri Timed AI project.
I've never AI'd a cow in my life, nor have I ever hired one AI'd. This is all new to me. I never could get too excited about it because I'm spread over a lot of places, different places, and the heat detection and some of the facilities we got on some of these places, you know, I just never got excited about it for that reason. But this reason, we can gather them here and have a lot of them here anyway, and try the time. And the longer I'm into it, the more excited I get. Well, I think one of the greatest benefits would be having your calves right up there on the first day of the breeding season, And I think it's an opportunity to keep some heifers. Of course, you should have the chance of breeding to the best bulls in the country, and that's what we've tried to do.
We used AI years ago when I had the registry cattle in Michigan, but we're pretty much all natural service now with that exception of our first calf heifers. I bought 44 heifers out of Montana last November, actually, that were bred to calf within a 10-day period, and they did, and time breeding, which worked out real well. One thing I do like about time breeding, of course, is your calves are all about the same age, or awful close to it. If I was a small producer, I'd get a hold of an AI company, and they have excellent programs, whether you want to synchronize the cattle or just a technician to breed or whatever. The benefits are plus, plus, plus.
If you're going to run a set of cows, why not put them in a timed AI program where you can buy better semen from bulls you can't afford, whether you got 25 cows or 300, set them cows up. You know, you can do it, you can be set up to do it on the weekends when you're off work, get that done and get anywhere from 55 to 72 or 3% of your cows bred the first time through, and then when you're calving, you're almost completely finished. And it gives you a better product to sell in the end, and in the end, that's what we're all after.
Timed AI may be a system that can work on your operation to help tighten your calving season and provide more access to more genetics.